Hey everybody, it's Greg. Yeah, it's Sunday afternoon. It's sunny out. I want to do a little video on the courage to love. How many people actually have the courage to love? A lot of people out there are going to raise their hand. Well, I do, Greg. I've been, I love and I've been burnt left and right and all this time. I want you to understand, exactly what I mean by the courage to love. Do you have the courage to, not hide your faults, not hide your flaws to your partner? How many people do you have the courage not to get defensive? Do you have the courage to look at your partner's perspective, not agreeing all the time, absolutely not, but at least the courage to look at their perspective and look at their intent? So many people, lack the courage, and they lack the courage to be vulnerable. They lack the courage to be honest with what they really feel. And instead of that, they come out with anger and you start attacking, you start getting defensive. Those are based on fears. Those are based on insecurities. They're not based on confidence. They're not based on the courage to be your full essence of who you are as a person. Having the courage to love means you can reveal yourself. You can reveal those faults, those flaws, and reveal the hurt, that you're okay with yourself. You know what? I hurt. I don't feel loved. I don't, feel respected. And instead, what do? You know what? Instead of lacking the courage, what do you do like a frickin' cat gets cornered or a raccoon gets cornered? They fight, right? They fight because out of fear, out of self-preservation. But if you have the courage and you have more of a healthy sense of self and more of a healthy confidence level, you don't have to fight, right? You don't have to. You can look at the intent. You can reveal your full self. You know what? I'm hurt that you did this. I feel, a lack of respect, all this. Love takes real courage to admit your faults, admit your flaws, admit that you're sorry and that you're going to take the hit for your actions that are maybe disrespectful, that are inappropriate in your relationship. A lot of people do not have the courage to fully love because they're holding back. They're guarded, right? They've been hurt before, so they're guarded. Being guarded is not having the courage. Being guarded is out of fear. It's out of insecurities that you're going to get hurt again. So I want you to try to work on and try to evolve yourself and become more courageous. Have the courage to fully love openly. Okay, that doesn't mean you're going to be a fool. That doesn't mean you're going to be a doormat, but I want you to be courageous enough to come at your partner out of the vulnerability, out of the hurt. You know what you're feeling, those feelings that don't feel that good, that make us feel weak, by releasing them and expressing those. Actually takes a lot of guts. It takes a lot of confidence and courage to do that, instead of always attacking and always fighting and bashing and getting defensive with your partner. Okay, I see it all the time, and the number one thing I see, and that sort of, it's an epiphany with couples in my office, and when I get them to feel safe enough to be vulnerable, that actually stop fighting and stop bashing one another, it's to express the hurt. And they might emote tears, they might start crying because of the hurt and all this stuff, that they feel safe enough and courageous enough to be able to let loose and show their true self, the pain, the hurt that they're dealing with, or maybe that they've been carrying with them for years. The emotional baggage, we've all heard of that before. So we carry that, and it takes a lot of work, and we're always on guard, we're always defensive, and we want to fight with our partner instead of looking at their intent, that they want to bring us closer, right? So love takes the courage to grow, it takes the courage to evolve, and it takes the courage to reveal everything about you, right? Your fears, your insecurities. That doesn't mean you're going to allow someone to disrespect you. Some people are also, they're not courageous enough to call the other person out, their partner out, when they are hurt, when they are, mad at them. So what do? They sweep it under the rug. They don't have the courage to say, you know what, this hurt me, right? What you did was disrespectful, so they don't want to start an argument because out of fear, right? It's going to get worse. I get that. But if you speak from the heart, it can reduce the arguments. Now, if your partner doesn't have the courage to look at your intent, to look at your hurt, to look at your pain, and to be there to try to understand your pain, the hurt, and try to help you and work together as a team on that. You know what? Maybe they need some individual work, maybe couples therapy as well. But also maybe if they don't have the courage to do that and they're always blaming you, they're always bashing you, they're always flipping the script on you, you know what? Is that a healthy environment for you to be in? And maybe you need the courage to make a move, okay? But the courage to love people, it's not to get defensive. It's not to freaking bash and get angry and I'm going to take a stand and all this stuff. You can take a stand, but you can also do it from the hurt and from the vulnerability. You know what? I feel hurt. I don't feel loved. It doesn't feel good. But you know what? I'm confident enough and courageous enough to express that to you instead of coming at with anger. So take these words of advice. Be courageous in your relationship. Be courageous to love. Do not allow yourself to be so guarded that it's going to block out love from you receiving it, plus also from you fully delivering it and expressing it to your partner, okay? Much love. This is Detroit's Love Guru. Take care. Peace out.